in the nation. You have the support of Aboriginal people in New South Wales. I'll tell you what I've seen. People housed in bag and tin huts they put up themselves. Sometimes these are placed good weatherboard houses destroyed by the police. Out west at Menindee and Brewarrina, the Protection Board built new houses of corrugated iron walls and hard concrete floors. No furniture, no doors. It would be better for the authorities to turn a machine gun on it.
The time was ripe for change. Suddenly it was obvious that the system of having the manager and matron do everything didn't work. By chance, the Protection Board's finances were inspected that year, and Ferguson, through the help of Mark Davidson, a Labour Member of Parliament, widened this into a committee of inquiry of the board's management of reserves. Although the inquiry failed, the Premier caught the need for change and set up another. New ideas of welfare came up.
Cooper asked Ferguson to organise the Day of Mourning in Sydney in 1938, on the 26th of January. The meeting, for black people only, was chaired by a clever Aboriginal named John Patton. At the school at Kamaraganya, Jack Patton was 2 years behind me, but we all thought he had talent. Even as a youngster, he was full of ideas. The same year I went to Balranald, Patton's family moved to West Wyalong, where his dad was a tracker for the police for 30 years. I always thought that with luck Jack could get a good job, but the Depression came and he ended up boxing. Jack was really angry with the Protection Board because the people on reserves had no social services, no pensions. At the Domain in those years, he learned public speaking, and when Ferguson saw Jack, he made him president of the APA at once. At the Day of Mourning, he was in good form.
Our progress is not a matter of faith, it's a matter of education and opportunity. The children lack a decent education and have no chance to improve themselves. We are called together to bring to the attention of whites the dreadful conditions under which our people live.
And Patton formally put a resolution protesting against the callous treatment of Aborigines over 150 years. In his speech, Ferguson called for action on their part.
In many parts of Australia,
Their past culture and embrace the new. At Dubbo, where he is a well-known citizen and church member, Ferguson organised deputations of blacks to meet state and federal ministers. Then he toured Outback Reserve, encouraging people to think in terms of politics about his ideas.
In March 1940, Bill came to where I lived at Newtown, Sydney, asking me to be the secretary of the APA. Doug Nicholas had put the idea into his head. I was more in touch with Labor politicians than Bill, and along with two white men, Albert Thompson and Mick Sawtell, I arranged for Bill to speak to the Labor conference. He was anxious that two blacks should sit on the new welfare board. Oh, it was a busy time for me. Bill Ferguson would call him a Sydney flat any time. He had heard of someone in trouble with the law, he'd say, and wanted to appear for him in the court. I went to the APA conferences too.
early next year, there'll be some drastic changes to the Protection Board, the Persecution Board, as we call it. We'll see our ideas are taken up. Aborigines should be elected to the new welfare board. We need more than a fresh attitude to our living conditions. We need some real security of land. Brothers and sisters, I'll be asking you to endorse a string of resolutions for social service payments, for an increased ration scale, for all land